What is going on, guys? It's Canadian Yorker here, coming back with another update regarding Jake Paul and Mike Perry. Apparently there is an update in the scheduled fight that's going to be happening on July 20th. So I'm coming to you guys with an article here written by Bloody Elbow. I'll be posting this article in the comment section, the description box below, so you can look at it yourself. This was written just today, on July 10th. So, Jake Paul has decided to accept an offer to have a rematch against Mike Perry in a MMA cage after they have their boxing match set up in the ring. They have their boxing ring on July 20th. So we're going to see Jake Paul and Mike Perry too. However, that's going to be taking place in an MMA cage. So the article says here, my hands are trisexual. Jake Paul accepts an offer to rematch Mike Perry in MMA ahead of their boxing match. So as we know, Mike Perry and Jake Paul will be fighting on July 20th. That is exactly about a week away. So it says here, whilst it is certain not the best boxing event of the month, Jake Paul versus Mike Perry will be the most watched fight in July. And if all goes to plan, we'll see the problem child having a rematch against Platinum Perry under a different rule set. So last week, Jake Paul's manager, Nakisa Bidarian, appeared on the MMA Hour with Ariel Harani to tease that the problem child would be open to rematching Mike Perry in an MMA under one condition, as he says. Quote, I think if the fight makes sense, that's absolutely something that Jake would like to do, claimed Bidarian, noting that such a rematch would depend entirely on how much demand there was from the fans. Let's see how it does. Let's see how it performs, if there's another appetite for that. Jake has said to me 100% he will be down to do MMA with Mike Perry. Now, a week later, Paul has seemingly accepted the offer to follow up the boxing match with Perry in a class in the PFL Smart Cage. As you know, the PFL is I forgot the name of it. So anyway, Jake Paul famously signed the promotion back in 2013. So the clip is posted by Danzen Boxing. Paul responded to his manager's tease, quote, I'm down like when I beat Mike Perry in boxing. F it, we could run it back to MMA. And what an MMA fight. I mean, the smart cage is there. Okay? And he said once he starts MMA, his wrestling background is going to come out, and he thinks he'll be a dangerous MMA fighter. So Mike Perry can get it. His hands are trisexual. They'll try anything, and that's MMA. In the same clip, Perry can be seen reacting to the comments made by Paul regarding a potential rematch in MMA, and it's safe to say that the combat sports veteran doubts the problem child's intentions are genuine. Cap. Why not bare knuckle? Why not boxing bare knuckle? I'll take Jake's back. Jiu-jitsu is not something that just wrestling and jiu-jitsu, that's not just something you keep in your back pocket. I don't know. I saw Logan Paul and Paulo Costa messing around, but like, how serious is that? Perry brought up the fact that the two have already sparred together before, and Ross in that session was in the boxing ring as opposed to MMA cage. Platinum believes this is enough to scare Paul away from accepting such a rematch. I don't let people have easy ones on me. If we're in the ring and we're training or whatever. I asked my wife last night. I was like, you were there, you saw it. What did you see the day that we sparred? She said she saw me have him up on the ropes. She said she felt like the team was protecting him. Mike Perry not only has to face with Jake Paul, but Mike Perry also has a bona fide UFC legend that wants to take a shot at him. So Platinum Perry knows that the big win over someone like Jake Paul could be his ticket to mainstream superstardom. Whether the combat sports veteran does indeed opt to return to MMA to rematch Paul or return to the world of bare-knuckle boxing, there will be a queue of fighters waiting to step in against Platinum Perry after July 20th. In fact, Perry could have his next BKFC fight already lined up after fellow UFC fighter Uriah Hall called him out in a recent podcast appearance. Quote, he says, "I would fight Mike Perry. I would dabble in bare knuckle. I would just because he's talking some words." And so definitely Mike Perry is going to have his hands full after July 20th because he has to handle his business in the bare knuckle boxing world. And he has to definitely handle his business with Uriah Hall going forward. So, what do you guys think about this? Jake Paul wants to have a rematch against Mike Perry. So, once they do their boxing match, they're going to go ahead and have a second match in MMA, which is mixed martial arts. And so, this is what's going to happen after Jake Paul and Mike Perry have their boxing match. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Don't be afraid to like, share, and subscribe, guys. And thank you. I'll see you in the next update. Have a great night.